Good day, everyone. My name is Anjali El Humawid, but you can call me Teacher Angie, your teacher demonstrator for today. Good morning, class. Before we start our lesson for today, let us have a prayer. May I request Mr. Manlangit to lead us in prayer? Okay, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Before you sit down, please arrange your chairs and pick up some pieces of paper and trash under your chairs. Okay, very good. Good morning, everyone. Yes, good morning. How was your day so far? Glad to hear that. Is there anyone absent from today's class? Very good that there is no absent for today. Please maintain that kind of attitude so that you will learn new things in our everyday lessons. Okay, class? Let's have a review of our last meeting. So what was our lesson last meeting all about? Yes, Miss Chato. So our last meeting was all about the earthquake. Mr. Villamala, can you tell us more about what an earthquake is? Very good, Mr. Villamala. How about you, Miss Calope? What have you learned in our lesson last meeting? Okay, very good. We also emphasize the location of our country, which is the Philippines, along the Pacific Ring of Fire. That is why our country is prone, yes, earthquakes. But aside from that being prone to earthquakes, our country, Philippines, is also home to something. And that's something. With that, to start our new lesson, let's play 4 Picks, 1 Word. Are you, class, familiar with this game? Okay, very good that you are familiar with this. First, I will show you a picture and you need to guess the exact answer. Are we clear? Are you excited for this, class? Okay, let's start our game. What do you think is this, class? That's correct. You already know the answer, class. How about the next one? What do you think is this? Anyone? Okay, let's check the correct answer. You've got it right. The answer is eruption. Very good. The last photo is, what do you think is this, class? Okay, let's check. Okay, very good, class. It is a volcano. So you guess all the answers. So can you tell me what is your guess for our lesson for today? Our lesson for today is all about, very good, volcanoes. So our country, Philippines, is also home to volcanoes. When you hear the word volcanoes, what comes first in your mind? Yes, Mr. Kaday? Okay, eruption. Thank you. How about you, Miss Flores? Lava flow. Okay, thank you. How about you, Mr. Arkayan? Yes, it might be a source of energy. How about you, Miss Bilano? Okay, thank you. This is our learning objectives for our lesson for today. Describe the different types of volcanoes and volcanic eruption. Explain how does volcanic eruption affects the lives of people living near a volcano. And listen in the discussion and participate in activities with enthusiasm. So, before we start our lesson, let's have some unlocking difficulties. Let us define some terms that you will encounter. So, let us define what a volcano is. Volcanoes. Volcanoes are natural openings in the Earth's surface where molten rocks, smoke, gases, and ashes are ejected. Example for this is the Mayon volcano. Did you know that Mayon volcano is one of the world's most active volcanoes and is very popular because of its perfect cone? Volcanoes have 3 basic parts, namely the base, the slope, and the summit, where the crater or opening is located. Speaking of crater, crater is a funnel-shaped depression at the top of a volcano, formed as a result of an explosive eruption. It is the mouth or the opening of the volcano. Do you know about this volcano? This is a Taal volcano. This volcano has many craters, not just 1, 2, or 3, but 47 craters. Amazing, class, right? It is a volcanic crater that is formed when the part of the wall of the crater collapses following the explosive eruption. A caldera collapses is usually triggered by the emptying of the magma chamber beneath the volcano as the result of a large volcanic eruption. When we say magma, it is a hot fluid or semi-fluid material below or within the Earth's crust that is usually made from molten rocks. When the magma ejects out from the volcano, it is now called lava. Lava, when the magma ejects out of a volcano, it is called lava. This time, I am going to show you some pictures. Please observe carefully, and after that, I have questions afterwards. I will give you 3 minutes to observe silently on the pictures. Do you understand, class? Okay, very good. Time is up. Be ready for my questions, and please raise your right hand if you want to answer. Please don't answer in chorus, okay? So my first question is, what kind of landform is shown in the pictures? Yes, Miss Cordovan. You raise your hand. I know you know the answer. Yes, very good. Thank you, Miss Cordovan, for answering. How about my second question? Where in the Philippines can you find these volcanoes? Class, I said don't answer in chorus. Okay? Please raise your right hand if you want to answer. Understand? Yes, Mr. Torillo. Very good. The first picture is located at Albay. Mount Mayon is found in Albay, Philippines. Thank you, Mr. Torillo. Yes, Miss Au. Very good. The second picture is at Taal volcano and can be found in Batangas. Thank you, Miss Au. Miss Orot, you raise your hand. What do you know about the third picture? Yes, very good. It is a Mount Pinatubo in Zambales. My next question is, what are the common or similarities in the picture presented? How about the others who are not raising their hands? Yes, Mr. Kaday. Yes, precisely. Thank you for answering. My last question is, why do volcanoes have different types? Anyone in the class? I think you don't know the answer because nobody is raising their hands. Okay, I understand. That is why I am here in front of the class to further discuss our lesson for today. Now, let's proceed to the types of volcanoes. Volcanoes can be classified according to their shape and its eruption. Let us first have the types of volcanoes according to their shape. To further understand the volcanoes, I will show you the illustration of the types of volcano. The first type is the shield volcano. This is formed by the accumulation of lava oozes out from the volcano. Since non-viscous lava can flow freely, a broad, slightly domed structure that resembles a warrior shield is formed. That is why it is also called a shield volcano because it looks like a warrior shield. Example is the Mauna Loa in Hawaii. The largest of all shield volcanoes, in fact, the largest of all volcanoes on Earth. Mauna Loa which makes up a substantial part of the island of Hawaii and has a diameter of nearly 200 kilometers. The summit of Mauna Loa is presently 4,169 meters above sea level, but this represents only a small part of the volcano. It rises up from the ocean floor at a depth of approximately 5,000 meters. Furthermore, the great mass of the volcano has caused it to downward into the mantle by an additional 8,000 meters. In total, Mauna Loa is 17,170 meters thick accumulation of rock. Do you understand, class? Okay, very good. The second type is what we call the cinder cone volcano, which is built from the ejected lava fragments. They have a steep slope, wide crater, and are most abundant of the three major volcanoes. Cinder cone volcano is also known as a scoria cone. Example is Mount Paricutin in Mexico. As you can see, it has a steep slope and has a wide crater that are characteristics of a cinder cone volcano. Lastly, we have the composite volcano. It is also known as stratovolcano. This is a large, nearly perfect slope structure formed from the alternate solidification of both lava and pyroclastic deposits. According to volcanologists, or the people who study volcanoes, some of the Earth's grandest mountains are composite or the stratovolcanoes. One good example is our very own Mayon volcano. Those are the three types of volcanoes according to its shape. Again, we have the shell volcanoes, the cinder volcano, also known as the scoria cone, and the composite volcano, are also known as stratovolcano. So that's it, class. You know now the different types of volcanoes. Are there any questions, clarifications, or concerns about my discussion? Oh, Mr. Kadai, you raised your hand. Do you have something to ask? Oh yes, thank you for your question. That's good that you asked. Actually, there are different types of volcanoes because the process of magma formation is different at each type of plate boundary. Therefore, the composition of magma differs in each tectonic setting. Anything else, class, that you would like to ask? Okay, nothing. Now, we will have an activity. For your instructions, group yourselves into 3 groups. Each group will identify the following volcanoes: a shell volcano, a cinder cone volcano, and a composite volcano. Are you now in your group, class? Okay, let us start. This is Mount St. Helens in Washington, in southern part of Washington State, and this is an example of right, group 2, cinder cone volcano. Very good. Let's have this beautiful Mount Fuji in Japan. What do you think is this type of volcano? Yes, group 1. This is a composite volcano. Very good. Next, we have the Mauna Kea in Hawaii. This is an example of, yes, group 3. It is a shell volcano. Very good. Another is the Mount Etna, a volcano in Italian island of Sicily. What do you think, class? This is? Yes, group 3. It is a cinder cone type of volcano. How about the last one, class? It is the Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. Yes, group 2. You got the right answer. It is a composite volcano. Good job, everyone. For your another activity, class, your groups will be working in a team. Each group will be given each task to accomplish. Students will follow the guided activity. For team 1, you will be the team red. in which you are going to answer or going to do is based on the picture you have. So I will be giving you a picture, each group. This picture is for the first group, which is to describe the composite volcano using a concept map, in which this volcano is an example of composite volcano. So here is your picture for Team Red. For Team Blue, we have, based on the picture, also you have describe each cinder cone volcano using volcanic diagram. Here. Is it clear, Team Blue? Very good. Here's your picture. For the last group, which is the green, for the Team Green, we were also going to describe the shale volcano using the mind mapping. Is everyone clear? Okay, very good. So here's your picture. You will do this activity for 6 minutes only. Am I understood, class? Okay, you may now start your activity silently. Oh, time is up. Present your activity now. It seems that you understand my first discussion very well. You learned a lot. You did a very great job in presenting your activities. Let us put our hands together and give a round of applause. Now, I said a while ago that volcanoes can be classified according to their shape and its eruption. We are done about its shape, and now let us proceed the different types of eruption. Please listen as I discuss this lesson, class, okay? The first one is the phreatic. It is a stream-driven eruption as the hot rocks come in contact with water. It is also known as hydrothermal. Phreatic eruption is the type of eruption that happens to Taal volcano last January 12, 2020. Next we have is the phreatomagmatic. It is a violent eruption due to the contact between water and magma. Unlike phreatic, that happens because hot rocks comes in contact with water, phreatomagmatic eruption happens if there is an interaction between water and magma, resulting to a violent fine ash eruption. The third is the Strombolian. It is a period weak to violent eruption characterized by fountain lava. As shown in the PowerPoint right now, it is a fountain lava. The fourth one is what we call the Vulcanian. It is characterized by tall eruption that reach up to 20-kilometer high with pyroclastic flow and ashfall tephra. Again, it is characterized by tall eruption. Lastly, we have the Plinian. It is excessive explosive type of eruption of gas and pyroclastics. It is intensively violent kind of eruption that happens to Mount Pinatubo year 1991. Again, the 5 types of volcanic eruptions are phreatic, or the steam-driven eruption that happens between the contact of hot rock and water. Phreatomagmatic, that happens between the interaction of magma and water, resulting in a violent ash eruption. Strombolian eruption are characterized as fountain lava. Vulcanian are characterized as a tall eruption, and Plinian as the most excessively explosive eruption. Moreover, we can classify a volcano according to its record of eruption. Active volcano. A volcano is active. It has a record of eruption. On the other side, volcano is inactive if it shows no activity and no record of eruption, just like Mount Canlaon in Negros Occidental, Philippines. Volcanoes erupt with hot, dangerous gases, ash, lava, and rock that are extremely destructive. Volcanic explosions have killed people. Volcanic eruptions can cause additional health risks such as flooding, mudslides, power outages, contaminated drinking water, and wildfires. That is why we are prohibited to live near a volcano, class. Am I clear, class? Do you have any further questions? Okay, none so far. So now, prepare your ball pen and I will give you an activity sheet to answer this quiz for today. Are you now ready? Just relax, class. This quiz is just simply easy for you. Okay, by the way, you have time to take this quiz for about 10 minutes. I know that 10 minutes is enough. Here are the papers. Please pass to your classmates. And afterwards, if you are done answering class, please pass the papers in front. Understood? Any questions? Okay, now start answering the quiz. Answer it silently. Okay? Anyone done? Okay, not yet. Continue answering. For those who are done answering, pass it in front. Okay. It seems that everyone is done. Very good. For your assignment, class, in a one whole sheet of paper, write the things to do before, during, and after a volcanic eruption. It should be passed at the next meeting. Is there anything that you want to ask, class? None. Are you sure? Okay. So to end our lesson for today, we can thank volcanoes for life on Earth. To put simply, volcanoes keep the Earth warm and wet, which are two critical elements of sustaining life. Thank you so much, class, for the enthusiastic participation. Please keep it up. Keep your learning all the way. God bless everyone. See you for the next meeting. Goodbye.